from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Stanwood. A new appeal today for information about the mysterious man in white pictured in surveillance footage alongside the Belgian suicide bombers. He's suspected of committing last week's attacks at the Brussels airport, which killed 35 people. Also today, 3 men swept up in a series of raids by Belgian police have been charged with participating in the activities of a terrorist group. Several others were taken into custody in Belgium, Italy, and the Netherlands, all after riot police clashed with hundreds of so-called hooligans in Brussels yesterday. And Belgium released the sole suspect today prosecutors had arrested directly in relation to the Brussels terror attacks. Officials have released the name of the semi-truck driver involved in the train collision in Callaway, Minnesota. The driver has been identified as 31-year-old Baya Abdella Buta from Mandan, North Dakota. Buta was not injured, but 2 people on the train were treated for minor injuries. No word yet on if Buta will be facing charges stemming from this crash. Top Minnesota DNR officials will visit Itasca State Park to discuss the park's need for tens of millions of dollars of repairs. DNR Commissioner Todd Landwehr and Itasca State Park Manager Bob Chance are hosting a meeting at Douglas Lodge on Wednesday, March 30th, to talk about the state bonding request. That request of $72.5 million includes $33 million to fix aging infrastructure statewide, that including parks. The DNR is asking the agency for that $33 million, and they say they are historically underfunded with hundreds of buildings in need of repairs and hundreds of miles of trails needing maintenance. Itasca Park specifically requested $3 million to fix the nearly half-century-old sewer systems at Douglas Lodge, reopen other structures, and improve access and safety at the park. The agency says Itasca State Park, regarded as the headwaters, the Mississippi River, attracts over 500,000 people annually. A man is facing DWI charges after police say he fell over on his motorcycle in South Moorhead. Police say the man pulled up to the intersection of 8th Street and 30th Avenue last night and appeared to have lost his footing and fell over. Larry Odegaard was arrested for DWI. Former GOP presidential candidate Ben Carson is headed to Fargo this weekend, where he'll deliver the keynote address at the state GOP convention going on at the Shields Arena. He's scheduled to speak Sunday morning. The North Dakota Democratic State Convention is also going on this weekend. It's happening in Bismarck with keynote speakers including U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp. The West Fargo School Board is expected to consider the early retirement of a controversial teacher and coach. This at its meeting tonight. Jim Jonas generated complaints from parents a few years ago because of what some called a personality conflict. Under a retirement deal we first told you about last week, the district is offering to pay $22,000 to his teacher retirement, and Jonas would agree to waive any future legal action against the district. It's warm with spring-like temperatures this afternoon, but is it here to stay for the rest of the week? Let's check in with meteorologist Robert Hahn. Robert?
Yeah, very nice out there. Temperatures at this hour mostly in the 40s and 50s tomorrow. For the most part, a pretty nice day. We'll start to see some changes late tomorrow, and in a word, no, it will not stay this way as we head through the rest of the week. 39, however, the cool spot up in Baudette, 43 in Roseau and Thief River Falls. It's 51 here in Fargo. 52 Wahpeton, Fergus Falls, and in Sisseton. Winds generally out of the east and northeast, 5 to 15 miles per hour with an occasional stronger gust, and that's the kind of winds we'll see as we head through the rest of the day. Not a whole lot of cloudiness out there, but we'll see a few high clouds streaming through from time to time. More clouds rolling in as we head through the day tomorrow. Underneath what few clouds we do have, no precipitation, none anticipated today, but late tomorrow we'll start to see that chance for some rain and maybe some snow over parts of the area. Today, pretty nice. Tomorrow, pretty nice until late in the day. A couple of warm days, but much cooler weather as we head towards the middle and latter portion of the week. How cool do we get? Who has the best chance of rain and snow? We'll let you know coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Robert. One woman is warning others to be wary of potential housing scams, all after it happened to her. A Maryland woman says she fell victim to a scammer she believes is based in Fargo. Shauna Bruno discovered the scam after she signed a lease and paid a $2,000 security deposit. Police say there isn't much they can do to get her money back. The Better Business Bureau says it's also best to talk to the landlord face to face and see the property for yourself before signing anything.
I think scammers realize it's a pretty good way to make some money, unfortunately, and so they always put these ads out there, and sometimes people run into them and have a bad experience.
The BBB says if you're only contacting the person through phone calls or emails, it's probably a scam. You should also look for improper grammar in advertisements. That could also be a sign of a scam. A new study finds millennials are saving more money than any other age group. This according to the study released today by Bankrate.com. A whopping 62% of millennials say they're saving more than 5% of their incomes. That's up from 42% last year. The study found just 50% of older adults in ages 30 and up are saving more than 5% of their pay. Overall, 21% of employed Americans said they're not saving any of their paycheck. You'd think it's teenagers who are more addicted to their tech than adults, but it turns out adults are just as addicted, if not more. According to the findings of a Nielsen survey about which age groups are most distracted by technology at mealtimes, baby boomers were found to be the most distracted by tech. Teenagers were more likely to eat their meals tech-free, followed by millennials. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook to follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed all day. And coming up, why patients with implanted medical devices might need special care in emergency situations. But next, we have weather to plan your day.